Thank you, Taylor. And we are continuing to track 3 major wildfires that have now burned more than 10,000 acres combined in eastern Washington.
Those gusty winds, they've been fueling the flames of these wildfires, which have forced tens of thousands to evacuate and destroyed hundreds of homes and businesses.
Okay, we're going to bring you to team coverage now. We have Brian McMillan tracking fire conditions across the area as well as our own air quality.
But first, we turn to Fox 13 Sean Chitness on the fire lines right now with a first-hand look at the battle against these flames. Sean?
John and Maria, good morning. So we are now back in a neighborhood we first visited last night. If you remember, yesterday morning, we were showing you one part of northwest Spokane, or the northwest corner outside of the city, where we saw some of the impact from these fires, some homes spared, others destroyed. But in this neighborhood, we are seeing a level of devastation that is so much greater. Take a look at what is all around me. Home after home gone in this particular neighborhood. This is just on the northwest edge of the city, so we are still in the city limits of Spokane. And as we return here this morning, we have a better sense of just how widespread the damage is. As we've been driving around this area just before coming to speak with you here, we have discovered even more homes, even more streets that have lost these houses because of these different fires. So here we are closest to that Old Trails fire, but the Autumn Lane fire is not too far from us either if you were to head north. We learned from the team that is leading this response that it will take days to figure out just how many homes have burned.
People have lost their homes. They've lost their livelihoods. They've lost family memories. And whether you're in one fire or the other, it really doesn't matter.
I've been to a lot of places around the world, not so good places around the world, and I can tell you today that that's a war zone when you finally get in there and you finally look at the devastation and the damage.
So local leaders tried to ask residents to be patient and understand it may take weeks to get back to their homes in order to find out if their house is still standing. They also warned homeowners not to put themselves in danger trying to protect their homes. We saw many people in this area last night getting that first chance to see what was left. And again, in the spot that we are in right now, we really don't see any homes in any direction that survived. But there are some a few blocks away from here. We spoke to one couple that was just driving by, and they told us that last night they did discover that their home was destroyed by the fire. They told us that they were the first to live in that house, and they had lived in that home for more than 30 years. Still, somehow, though, they had good spirits and were trying to stay positive about the fact that they were able to get out. Live in Spokane, Sean Chitness, Fox 13 News.
All right, thanks, Sean. Just a devastating scene out there. Now, the Spokane County Sheriff's Office has arrested a man accused of starting one of the 3 fires.
At 5 p.m. this afternoon, we executed an arrest warrant and search warrant in the city of Spokane, and we took a convicted felon into custody on a single charge of arson in the 1st degree.
As we continue to track the growth of these fires, here's what we know this morning. The Autumn Lane fire is now the largest of the 3, burning through more than 5,600 acres. The Old Trails fire, which police say was caused by arson, has grown to 3,600 acres, and the Fairview fire is just over 1,000 acres. At last update, there's been no containment that's been reported on any of these 3 fires. More than 700 structures have been destroyed in the flames, and about 67,000 people have been forced to evacuate. And now tracking those evacuations for you, take a look here. All the areas you see in red, that is that level 3 mandatory go now evacuation.
Anyone living in the area shaded in yellow are under level 2 beset evacuation warnings. That means there is significant danger and you should be ready to leave at a moment's notice. And for the areas shaded in green, evacuations are voluntary, but you should be prepared to leave if conditions worsen.
And we are in for what will be a hot and hazy day today in Seattle as smoke from all of those wildfires makes its way into our area. You're looking at video right now from last night over Capitol Hill, Queen Anne, SeaTac, Lake Union. I certainly smelled it up in the northern sort of Bothell-Kenmore area. You can see some of that haze in the skies, even as far away from where those fires were actually burning.
And we have everything you need to know about those wildfires, the smoky skies, and the air quality. Let's turn it now to Chief Meteorologist Brian McMillan.
Yeah, let's take a peek right now here outside from our Capitol Hill camera. You see the upper level smoke that has moved in, and that will be very dominant today here, feeling almost like cloud cover. You're going to get that filtered sunshine, hazy sunshine kind of look today to our forecast. Now, as we look at the central and south end, you'll find a lot of yellow dots. That means moderate air quality. Up in the foothills of the Cascades, I'm going to be watching these particular dots right here. And something also to note, okay, there are different companies that operate these various sensors here for air quality. The government sensors are called Air Now, and those are typically calibrated for wildfire smoke and are a little bit more reliable in wildfire smoke conditions. There's also a company called Purple Air, and it's a network of more private sensors. Those are not necessarily calibrated for smoke and can actually look a little bit worse than things actually are. So if you're taking a peek at all those different air quality readings, that is just something to note, okay? East of the Cascades, we are seeing unhealthy to very unhealthy air in certain spots, especially around central Washington. Current wildfires burning. We've been talking about the Kaiser Canyon fire and the Little Giant fire. We're going to be seeing smoke west of the Cascades from those fires today. And then, of course, you have the fires out in north end of Spokane and the northwest side of Spokane that continue to burn. All right, current temperatures right now are in the 50s. We're going to be looking at highs today around 85. It's going to be about 10 degrees warmer, and then it gets real hot Wednesday and Thursday. I still expect that smoke to be lingering both of those days. That's why we have those weather alerts for you, because it is going to be hot and hazy, guys.
Thank you so much. Now, we're still waiting to hear if Governor Bob Ferguson requested an expedited emergency declaration. He did request it. We're waiting to see if it was approved by President Trump.
Governor gave an update yesterday, posted a video to X after visiting the damage from the Kaiser Canyon fire.
We've made our request to FEMA for an emergency declaration. We're hoping to get a positive response soon. If we do, it'll help communities like this, multiple counties across the state, and multiple tribes as well.
The governor says FEMA is moving resources into our state in anticipation of that request being granted.
Yeah, the governor says money will provide support for search and rescue, debris removal, medical supplies, temporary shelter, and emergency power. And local bars and restaurants are collecting donations for those impacted by the fires. Organizers at Stoop Brewing in Ballard are looking for non-perishable food, hygiene items, pet food to help those on the east side of the state. The brewery's co-owner grew up on the north side of Spokane, and her old neighborhood was one of the ones destroyed. Her mom and sister, they're still in Spokane and currently under level 2 evacuations.
Service industry is exceptionally giving, and while times are tough for all of these businesses, everyone is always stepping up. It's like the first people to step up are often the service industry, so I'm just really proud to be part of the community.
And you can stop by any of the 4 Stoop Brewing locations to drop off donations through tomorrow night. Your time now is 6:11. Let's check in